should also turn off. Hey, what's up, Rami? Getting things set up. I should also turn off. I'm still hearing myself. Hey, what's up, Rami? Why am I hearing myself? Oh, that's why. Damn. Getting things set up. Nope, that was the wrong BAM. Damn it. Okay, one sec. Hey, what's up, Rami? There we go. Get rid of that. Chat again. There's my Twitch chat. Okay. Chat operational. Not hearing myself. Not gonna have echoes. We'll give it like 5 minutes for other people to come on in, and then we will get the analysis started. The Roy in this game is Blink. He's 1 second. Stop. Currently streaming. Sorry, but afterwards I'll be down. Anyways, this Roy is Blink. He's a local player. He's been playing for a while. Actually, he's gone by Zevin in the past. He was a brawl player as well. Played some PM. Recently been picking up Roy. Doing fairly well. His style is interesting. What's up, Mr. McCree? But yeah, his Roy's pretty good, so I figured this would also help. And he spoilers loses this game, so that's I think a good opportunity to show some of the things that can be done incorrectly, and we'll figure out what he does wrong. Yo. Give it a couple more minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing Blink versus Gibus, and I've also 2 matches of mine. One versus Gibus as well, and another versus Mew2. Playing against Gibus is always interesting because he plays like 5 or 6 different Pokemon characters. So I never know if he's gonna throw like the Mewtwo at me, the Lucario, the Greninja. He's gone Charizard at one point in time. Oh yeah, imagine that. I'm just getting started too. Pretty good timing. Why do I always lose my second match? Do you mean second round or second game in sets? Yeah, the past 2 tournaments I've done kind of poorly because I was going straight Cloud, and my Cloud is not quite up to snuff yet. Well, I usually, whenever the tournament's generally seeded so that I get a bye, and then I play against like a person I'm probably going to beat the round after that, or my first round, their second round, and then the person after that is usually like quarter finals, 8s. So that's usually my second round is usually the like a person that will be an actual fight, like a person that will give me a run for my money, and vice versa. That's when everything is that round 3 is generally whenever you start running into the matches between all the good people. Like not to belittle the people that are, getting put into losers rounds before that, but that's whenever the higher seeded players are going to be playing against other higher seeded players. And I'm seeded around like 10 right now, I want to say. Yeah, it's just tournament seeding, and it's also also just because having. If I was better, I'd just be beating everyone, but not quite there yet. Give it one more minute, and then we will roll. Remind myself the hotkeys real quick so I don't have to do it in game. Hotkeys are great. Okay, yeah, shift plus stuff and E is what I want. That next frame button, very important. This is just VLC. Assuming you're asking about the video program. I've also got a couple other fancy things, like I've got this little thing that I can draw on the screen. Which is a BYS screen marker. It's pretty fun. Is my audio cutting out? It might just be that I'm stuttering, actually, physically. I think I've had some problems with my actual audio, but I think my mic is usually pretty spot on. It'll probably be easier to tell whenever actual video is playing, since there'll be a little bit of sound in the background. I'm also not sure. I've considered putting on music in the background just to have some audio playing whenever I'm not running my mouth. I don't know if that's something you guys would prefer, or if it's just so it's clear so you can hear me accurately. All right. I think I'll make one more tweet. And the show's on the road. And then the show will be on the road. Haven't heard me say much about Smash4 Roy. I enjoy Smash4 Roy. He's a lot of fun. Problems you're having with PM with him? No. Most of the problems came in like the latest update, and there was one small update afterwards, but that didn't really fix any of the problems I had with him, and there will be no further updates since the PMDT is now dissolved. So unfortunately, not really. Okay, let's get this started. So, for anyone just joining, this is Blink versus Gibus. Blink is another local player. He's played a lot of different games. He played Brawl, he played PM, he's played some other traditional fighters. He's been playing Roy lately, and been doing fairly well. Still kind of new to the character, but his movement's really good. His punishes are really good. He has a pretty good at actually landing forward smashes, which is something I'm like okay at. Something I've always struggled with traditionally is trying to understand or picking good times to take the risks to do high reward things. And Blink's fairly good at it, but today going to be focusing on Mewtwo versus Roy, which this is actually a matchup that Gibus enjoys. I guess Gibus plays Wi-Fi a lot, and has said that he likes this matchup for whatever reason. Hey, what's up, Vex? Cool to see you tuning in. Yeah. So, let's see if we're getting any audio at all from this.
Super, yeah.
Okay,
Super Smash Anime Fighter.
What do I think about the Pikachu Roy matchup? Pikachu Roy is kind of odd. It's weird because Pikachu's really fast and he's also really small, so it's difficult. It's difficult to just hit him with Roy. I don't know if that necessarily makes it a bad matchup. That might be something that people just have to deal with in general against Pikachu. But, oh, I see, Mikuni. You're talking about fixing from PM to Smash4. I don't know if I'd necessarily call it fixing because it's a different game engine in general. His recovery is a little bit better, which I enjoy. I think I do overall enjoy Smash4 Roy more. Just he's a character that presses buttons a lot. Like you can do like jabs and down tilts and neutral Bs and neutral airs and all kinds of fun ways to jump around. And there's no crouch canceling, so actually doing attacks in the air against grounded opponents is unsafe. But I think Smash4 Roy is an interesting take on the character. But to the match at hand, this matchup is kind of interesting because Mewtwo controls a lot of the horizontal space with Shadow Ball. And if he's far distance away, the Shadow Ball moves slow enough that if you give him time to actually set it up, he can throw a Shadow Ball and then just be approaching behind it and get a pretty good frame advantage off of that. And his dash attack is extremely good. The hitboxes are much, much bigger than you'd expect and cover a lot of space. So anywhere from like right here is a pretty big area where he threatens with dash attack. And if you start respecting dash attack a lot, then he can just dash grab you, which obviously he gets damage off of a down throw, he gets kills off of up throw, he gets positioning like edge guarding off of back throw. So getting grabbed is usually a bad idea, as always. But yeah, so that's the general game plan that I've seen Mewtwo use. Mew squared especially. The times I have lost to Mew squared, it's because he's employed that game plan really, really well. Yes, Roy can get hit by the jab up tilt up smash from Mewtwo. I have I have caught that one.
Super smash, super duper smash, anime.
Yeah, and Mewtwo's down tilt reaches really, really far. You see this? All of this space that it covers. A lot more range. Well, more range than Roy's down tilt. More range than Roy's stuff in general. So it's pretty difficult to challenge that on the ground. Yeah, you can see even here, Blake tried to punish the wave with neutral air. He had time to shield. Oh, VLC please. Oh, breaking. Breaking is bad. Okay, so interesting. He doesn't actually get a follow-up off the down throw at 0%. That's something to keep in mind, especially on my end, is that at 0% it's okay to just shield. Did the Mewtwo buffs make the matchup worse? Probably by a little bit. I don't know necessarily how much. It is worth noting... did I start recording? Crap. Okay, now I'm recording. It is worth noting that this is... This match right here is after the Mewtwo buffs, and the other two that I'm gonna analyze are actually before the buffs. So I don't know if we'd really be able to say too much of a difference, but just in case, maybe there's something to. Hey, what's up, Crimson? Guess you prefer Crimson over Vex. I don't know if you are the Vex or if you're just. Oh, I see. You're just a Vex goon. Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't seen enough of the Mewtwo buffs to make me really think if it's like a major change, good or bad. Mewtwo players would probably be able to tell you that easier than me. Something I'll have to ask Mew squared, I guess, if he feels the Mewtwo buffs were significant. It seemed like he got a lot of them, a lot of small ones at the very least.
Fighter Bros 7. So here we go. The matchup between Roy and Mewtwo. I think that this in other games that I've casted has been
all two of them.
But what are your thoughts?
There actually are two Mewtwo's in Dallas. So
first of all, let's talk about why Mewtwo's even here right now. I'm pretty sure that Gibus does not.
Pretty smart from Gibus here. He kind of picked up that Blink does like to do lots of stuff. Compared to me, he's a very like straightforward rush-in kind of player. And You know, it's been like 25 seconds. At this point in time, Gibus realizes that he's seen him dashing all over the place. So rather than try to like dance around or throw shadow balls or jump and do crazy stuff, he just waits. And waits for Blink to get inside the range of his down tilt. And then just picks him up.
Gibus does not like the Lucario.
Hey, what's up, Demon Slayer?
With this last patch.
Yeah, he can't do the aura charge into up smash anymore, correct?
This is a thing that Mewtwo players like to do a lot. Whenever they're off stage, is the double jump rising back air. Which covers a lot of space, as you can see right here. It's got all that area. Nice, full of hitboxes. It catches a lot of people off guard since his double jump trajectory is kind of weird.
Correct?
Well, yeah, it's a little bit more fraudulent, and you can get out.
I like this.
It's
this
a little bit more fraudulent, and
so the roll here to set up, he didn't time it great since Mew squared had time to spot dodge first before he did it. But setting up so that whenever they're getting up off the ledge, you're rolling and you're behind them. This is a really, really safe position because you can roll and then shield. And you have a pretty good chance of at least having a really, really good position for whatever it is that your opponent on the ledge decides to do. You can see if they decide to do just the straight get up right here, now you're behind them. And oftentimes people want to shield after they get up from the ledge like that. It's pretty difficult to hit someone who's behind you in a position like this, especially if you're not expecting it. If you haven't been using the roll behind shield option too much. If they roll in stage, it's not too hard to drop shield and like press buttons at them. Maybe not necessarily going to get a punish, but good positioning. You'll get an advantaged mix-up. They'll have to be defensive, try to spot dodge a grab or roll away, etc. And if they jump, then they're above you and you're shielding, so you're fine. So this is pretty good. The strat that people started using fairly quickly whenever the Wii U version hit. I'm not sure if this is the best thing for Roy to be doing, since his recovery is not too great. So if you do this and somehow screw up and get yourself knocked off stage, it can be pretty bad. I also personally like to be doing like jabs and down tilts from about this distance, which will usually be safe if they do the standard get up, since you're too far out of range of shield grab. And he's not negative enough on attacks versus shield for them to drop shield and punish you. So I've got a lot of mileage of just like tip jabbing someone's shield there over and over again because they're terrified and don't know what to do. And if they try and roll behind you, oftentimes the back hit of jab will actually pick them up. And then you can also down tilt from there. You can set up neutral Bs. If you think they're going to roll or they jump, you can like neutral air backwards or jump up in neutral air.
You can get out of getting your shield broken by neutral B now.
So this is
get out of.
Hey, Arthur Pennington.
It's a little bit more fraudulent.
The Blink in general likes to go for more smash attacks, basically. And so right here, baiting the air dodge with the short hop, empty short hop, and trying to go for an up smash, which would have been pretty good damage, but it's also really risky, because you see here, he read the air dodge, but because Mewtwo is so slippery in the air, I mean, you can see kind of what goes invisible before he decides whether or not he's going to go for, like, pull towards the ledge or pull in stage. Missing the up smash turns an advantage situation into him taking damage.
Trying to roll or sidestep. You'll get hit, but you'll get.
This is actually something Gibus mentioned to me, is that a setup he likes to do versus Roy's
shield broken by neutral.
Is down throw and then use down B to punish them if they air dodge. Which Blink actually doesn't do here. He techs instead, which is good for him, because he probably possibly would have died if he did air dodge. Mewtwo gets some pretty gnarly follow-ups off of the down B.
By trying to roll or sidestep. You'll get hit, but
really good spacing from Blink.
By trying to roll or sidestep.
Yeah, you can see this forward tilt. This is all hitbox. It is humongous. I can't tell you how many times I've been like, okay, I know he's gonna dash attack, so I'm gonna try to do this. Oh, it beat it. I'll just short hop over it. Okay, that doesn't work. It's very difficult to get around. I've even had times like trying to full hop over it where it clips the bottom of my feet. But okay, it's a Blink actually setting up the premature dash away.
Broken by neutral B now. by trying
Did a
to
pretty good
roll
job
side
dodging
step.
it.
You'll get hit, but you'll get out of it. So now he's going to Mewtwo, and this matchup, I'm actually not. I'm not too convinced that it's.
Okay.
I'm not too convinced that it's one-sided either way. I think Roy might have a slight advantage, but Mewtwo has like, first of all, down tilt is a
Yeah, at this point in
great
time,
option.
both players are looking
Mewtwo has combos.
for ways to kill the other.
Oh, that's not gonna kill.
'Cause Mewtwo's pretty light; he'll die pretty early.
Mewtwo
And
has good
he also
grab
has
game.
nice B reverse neutrally. This is pretty. You know, he also has back throws to set up edge guarding, and back airs, forward airs will kill, etc.
Oh, that's not
And
gonna
Roy,
kill.
you know,
Mewtwo
naturally
has
is
good grab game.
cute. I need to see this again.
Oh, that's not gonna kill.
So he's falling down this way. The double jumps in to feint like he's going to be going for this part of the stage, and then B reverses the neutral B. Pretty cute.
Mewtwo has a good grab game.
Actually,
Roy-
the down tilt pretty well too.
Roy does have the
I like
range.
that.
He does have the insane kill power, and Mewtwo is super light.
Ooh, jab back there, not quite going to do it.
I actually like this matchup. I think this is a close matchup.
Yeah,
Tight battles.
it can go either way.
Oh,
and
Blank
a
going
big
kinda
part
crazy
of
with the
it
up smashes.
is how Gibus is able to
That was
avoid
really
a
good.
lot of Stefan's options and really get that grab. Because as we've seen throughout the set,
So here, Blank is what he's trying to do.
really get that grab. Because
I don't know if he was going for trying to catch the 2-frame vulnerability, or just catch him in general, or just trump him. But yeah, this running off stage and then using up B like that is a good way to set up, attempting to stage spike your opponent. Yeah, since the multi-hit, since Roy snaps in the middle of it, it's very difficult as the person getting hit by it to know when exactly you're supposed to be teching. I've gotten
as we've
lots of
seen
kills
throughout
this
the
way.
set, Gibus is able to do a lot.
Pretty
with
good,
it.
especially against
And at the time,
characters that don't
Gibus is able to
have
go for the jab into the up
hitboxes
throw
on their
up
up B.
smash for the finisher. Or a simple up throw.
Oh, do you see here again?
Up throw
The
into the up.
At this point in time, I think Blink's done. Is it 4 smashes? 3 or 4 up smashes. None of them have hit, and almost every time he's gotten some sort of punish.
Or a
This
simple
time it
up
actually
throw.
gets him killed,
Or a simple up throw.
Of course, that's going to be
which is one of the reasons why I don't like to rely on smash attacks.
A cool move.
Oh, Blink trying to get the so
Another
jabbed
level.
up B probably would work at this percent. It is DI dependent though. If your opponent does DI away, like it looks like Gibus is doing, or maybe it's just that they have to DI in. But yeah, Mewtwo actually might just be too light. I know it connects a lot more often if your opponent does DI in. Which would have killed him if it hit, since Mewtwo's so
Cool
light.
movement option. You can see Blink
Gonna
doing.
take
He's
some
doing
damage
like
from the side B.
the dash cancels.
Yeah, and you can see here the
He's
after the
doing
Shadow
like
Ball, even with it pushing him so
the-
far back, he still has time to set up the dash attack to cut off any aggressive actions that Blink
dash
want to do.
cancels. Out of every player I've seen in Dallas Fort Worth, I've seen.
Terrifying.
I think his dash cancels are the best.
This is really good,
I think his dash cancels are the best.
and he follows it up
uses
too.
them at- oh, I've seen. I think his dash cancels.
Yeah, Blink. He would have been okay if he had up B straight to the ledge. He could have done the hard angle to up B to go through, or even just an up B right here, not going straight up, or not. Sorry, not angling. If he had waited instead of double jumping and up B instead, if he had tried to go straight for the ledge, the Mewtwo neutral air probably would have beat it out from above, since Roy's up B doesn't have hitboxes directly straight above him. But he could have up B'd a little more vertical to make sure that the hitboxes hit Mewtwo out of his neutral air, and he probably would have been okay.
Are the best.
As you can see, Mew squared was trying to take the double jump. Sorry, Gibus was trying to take the double jump. He was going straight down. He wasn't going out. So yeah, it's really good coverage by Gibus. Going super deep and setting up the forward afterwards. I imagine that's something he's done to Roy players before. That looked like he
my
he
Lord.
definitely
He just
definitely
leans
knew
back in
that
his
setup
chair,
ahead
he's
of time.
Yeah.
All right.
I think they would
Loosen
be
the
back
collar a little bit, like.
I think the only thing that got canceled was this man's career.
Dang. You know what?
His whole career.
So Gibus takes
Going
game
Cloud.
1
We gotta go Cloud. Come on.
pretty solidly.
Clouds are.
Yeah, Roy's up B can be angled in this game.
Cloud
Pretty
is a
steep too,
shroud.
like similar to
Clouds are-
Melee and PM.
Somebody tweet me with like.
Like,
a better
if you-
thing than Clouds are shroud.
If you do like there's regular up B that goes like nearly straight vertical, maybe even straight vertical if you pull back a little bit, and you can also angle it like super sharp. Really important for that sort of situation to be hitting people as they're edge guarding you. Because if you trade, or if they hit straight up beat out your up B, Roy's recovery is not very good, especially if you're using your double jump in your at the startup of your up B. Because if you have tap jump off, if you have tap jump on rather, and you press up and B and press up too hard, you'll actually get the double jump input, and then the up B will come out, so you won't save your double jump afterwards. If you get hit out of it, all you'll have left is your up B. If you have tap jump off, or if you just press the C stick, control stick a little lightly as you do the up B, you can actually keep your double jump for after. If they hit you out of your up B, then you can double jump. But not something that Roy's are doing at the moment, as far as I know, outside of myself. I started doing that because Rosalina down there was eating me alive.
Clouds are shroud.
It's still kind of hard getting used to, because like lightly
That's
pressing
a
the up
really
B
weird
can make it a little bit harder to control it.
Proud?
Think
Proud?
Yes, I do believe Martha B can be angled. Not as steep as Roy's can,
Clouds
but
are Cloud. Clouds are.
that's sort of the
That's just hard to say, man.
draw, or
Clouds
the
Our Cloud.
Clouds are.
the give and take between the
Is it
characters.
R?
Martha B goes a lot faster and goes farther. Roy's can
Clouds
be.
are Cloud.
What is a
I'm pretty sure it can be
pirate's
angled
favorite
some.
letter?
It's not as much
But
as
it be the C.
Roy.
Baited.
Oh, I
real life.
actually didn't
real
realize
life
Blink went
Smash
Cloud game 2.
Mind
Damn.
games.
I thought he was
You
going
break
straight right.
something up, you set up an obvious setup, and they go right.
Well,
up.
so let's do a little Roy analysis.
Boom.
Cloud analysis too.
Real life mind games.
I like Cloud is proud. That's me.
Hey, I called it.
That's
Yo,
me, that's
Cloud.
me.
I called that.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Really
if
good
I
fair
call
string
this
by
instant
Mewtwo.
40% though. That's a lot of damage.
Down air is one of Cloud's
I don't know
few.
if I call this instant
combo
40%.
startups. You
though.
probably coulda
That's
got it up
a
right
lot
there.
of damage coming in from Gibus.
This should be interesting.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh, those back airs.
Cloud.
Ha, that's cute.
I-
Mew squared charging the down smash, hoping to get. He almost did get the trade. That was really, really close.
Cloud.
That
is
would
a
have killed
big
him.
player.
Cloud's
There's a lot
Cloud's
of
recovery
damage
is
to that Cloud.
is
That's
very,
what-
very bad.
well,
It's actually
one,
one of the reasons why I've
the
been having
limit
trouble with the
break is
character.
gonna
Is
make
like
this character.
having
It's
random
gonna
stuff
be-
happen and getting like
when
clipped by
people
down
talk
smash
about
and
this
dying at
character,
60.
When the metagame starts developing, most
Yeesh.
when
I wanna
the
see this
metagame
hitbox.
starts developing.
That hitbox is humongous. Look at that. It's like, I guess he has a body hitbox as well. So you definitely can't, like, you can't slip behind it to dodge this hitbox. Seems like he has body coverage as well. Gary,
Most
moves good.
conversations are going to centralize over that.
Good side B.
So that
Limit break
does an
claw slash.
insane amount of damage. You know that
And-
does like
Oh!
Break
does an
claw slash.
insane amount.
So this is like
of
a
damage.
Roy trick. The down throw, bait, air dodge, down air
does,
them.
Oh, you know that
Executed very
limit
well.
break side B does like 28 damage.
Damn.
Yeah, that does a
Yeah,
lot of
Cloud
damage.
side B,
Combo out of,
limit
like,
break
down
side B
throw,
does
certain
26
percents
damage.
too.
It
The
is
up B
intense.
is an incredible kill option as well. Oh yeah, and I think the limit break. side B
It's
is,
the
like,
same as melee. He can't act
his
out of
best
his
move.
teleport.
It does like 28 damage. It will kill around 100, especially on lighter characters. Oh, this is over.
I think this kills him.
100, especially on lighter characters. Oh, this is over. Especially on.
He's at 67. Lord Cloud's sword depends on the move. Like Cloud's grounded moves don't have too much range outside of smashes, but like back air and neutral air definitely outrange it. Cloud would be one of the few
Like-
characters that does.
Characters. Oh, this is over.
Okay, so that's a wrap. I missed it anyways. Gibus taking it in a very convincing fashion.
we're not going to talk about that character. We're going to talk about Roy and
Yeah, this is from a couple weeks ago, from Shockwave 59. I think is 2 weeks back, 3 weeks
Maybe
back now.
Greninja. Actually, Mewtwo, it seems. PTB with Gibus versus FXDFW Cephalon.
Yeah, Mewtwo, I think, is really strong in this matchup. I don't think Alec usually.
Really interesting. Smash game the background since.
He's been playing Melee for a long time. He played Brawl for a while.
Yeah, we had,
So what is it?
let's see what. I have a pretty different playstyle than Blink's, which is actually something I've noted. Something you'll see, what I've seen, between all the different Roy players. Roy's well-rounded enough, and he has enough different options that he can be played in really different ways. If you watch my Roy, if you watch Static Manny's Roy, if you watch Neo's Roy, they're all very, very different sort of playstyle. Blink sort of plays like Static Manny, going for more harder reads, I think, and like faster-paced gameplay. My favorite TF2 class, Scout. I want to say, that's the name of the class. A Scout. You run around, jump everywhere, zip around like a madman.
Goal one, the game who shall not be named.
This is a cute thing to note.
Goal one.
Roy actually ducks pretty low, so anytime someone's setting up like aerial projectiles like this, in this situation, I didn't even need to duck because the curve happened a little bit before me. But yeah, Roy does duck super, super low. If you want to see
The
difference.
legal one.
This is Roy not ducking.
The game.
No, the camera changed. Curse you, Smash. Having unique cameras. And then he ducks down to like that high. So there's definitely a viable thing to like duck under projectiles or aerial attacks. If anyone's like on a platform above you and is trying to send attacks downwards at you through the platform, you can just duck. Oftentimes it won't hit. I think Roy beats Marth, or is Marth better in this game? Most people think that Roy is better than Marth. I don't know if necessarily he beats him head to head. Marth, he got some buffs, so he's not like clear awful tier anymore. His jab's pretty good now, and like potentially sets up for forward smashes and other combos. And his forward smash hits really, really hard, especially if you tip it. Overall, he's kind of meh, though. Like he doesn't get damage off of throws after like 30%. He doesn't have consistent kill setups. Roy doesn't really either, but Roy has more overall kill power. Like basically all of Roy's moves kill eventually. Whereas if Mewtwo doesn't get the tip forward smash, DLC please. If Marth doesn't get the tip forward smash, his kill power is lackluster.
Project PV.
Yeah, so this is my preferred spacing at the ledge.
Project PV.
Since generally safe from here, that to actively hit an opponent, say if you're on the ledge, to hit somebody who's standing from like this far away, you have to take a pretty big risk. Like you have to jump up and do attacks pretty deep into my space. Ledge get up attack would reach me as I'm like stepping forward to do down tilt here, but ledge get up attack is really punishable on shield. Like most characters, you can shield, like even Roy can shield the ledge get up attack and just drop shield F smash them, which at the ledge will kill super, super early.
Project Voldemort.
No, but no, getting actually back into the match itself, Roy versus Cephalon, I think, is...
Roy versus Cephalon.
Interesting. So
Cephalon, I think, match itself.
Yeah, the side B is an interesting trick. So Mewtwo can come up and be doing the side B as he rises, and if done correctly, it actually reaches pretty far on stage. That's one thing that Denty told me as I was about to play a Mewtwo player. And he's like, he's gonna do this. And I was like, okay, I understand that. I understand how to beat it. And I definitely still get hit by it a couple times just because the range is higher than much higher than I expected it to be.
Roy versus Cephalon, I think, is...
Roy versus Cephalon.
So the neutral are kind of a poor choice in this part, I think.
10-0 matchup,
Pretty
man.
easy
No,
for Roy to snipe Mewtwo out that
versus
that
Roy.
hitbox.
It's cool because both of these characters have really great range.
Yeah, as I've mentioned before,
It's cool because both...
this little movement technique, the air dodging on the way up and then dropping with aerials works fairly well against Mewtwo as well. Against projectile characters in general.
Both of these characters have really great range,
Mm-hmm.
but Roy has a little bit more of a safer time, right? Overall with his range.
I think he does,
Generally.
actually. I don't remember it. It was Gibus who
like
called.
the longer range,
Not
like,
Gibus.
when you
Yo
think
who
about,
called
like,
it
the
out.
down tilt, still range is a bit longer.
You can. It is
Starfire
technically
has a
punishable if
little
your
bit
opponent
more
hard reads
safety, I
it,
think,
but
because
they have to
Roy's
read not only that you're going to do it,
itself is
but where you're going to be
some
after the air dodge
There's
ends,
still like a pretty decent hurt box on Mewtwo
which is
himself.
generally pretty
Yeah.
difficult.
It's just, I don't know. Mewtwo once he gets.
This is really good positioning. If you can get behind an opponent like this to set up jabs, it's a really, really safe position for Roy to be. Since jab is so safe on shield, it's very hard for opponents to get an attack out in between jabs. I don't know if it's possible. I'm sure some characters have like Nair out of shield or like super, super quick back air out of shield that would be able to fit in between the two jabs, but Mewtwo definitely not. So their only options are like sit and shield, which gets beat by grab, like try to slip away, try to slip behind you, which is generally a bad idea because you can just turn around and hit them. Or like jump out of shield and slip away, which can often get times get hit by jab. Hey, what's up, Luna Lockhart? So yeah, there's an option to jab him if they do sit in shield. Grabbing them is a good idea, but it's a bit risky. It has more cooldown than jab, so if I go for a grab and he does roll behind me, there's a small chance he'd be able to like down tilt me and get a punish. It's if I wanted like if yeah, okay, yeah. I guess it's the chat's catching up to what I'm saying now. But yeah, grabbing in this position is okay. But if he was at lower percent, I probably would have tried to grab him because then I would actually get damage follow-ups off the throw. But since he's at 86, the throw doesn't have too much reward to it. If he was a bit higher, actually, I would probably go for the grab. If he was at like 110, 120, then I would go for the grab just to tack on more damage. So then the next throw, I'd be able to potentially up throw kill him. But in this situation, since the jab's so safe, and the jab will combo at this percent, like jab forward air will combo, be tons of damage.
Mewtwo once he gets a hit,
Yeah, in this situation, you can see even if he does roll away, if you think he's going to do it, you can chase him down. So mostly what I'm going for here is the pressure, not necessarily. I'm not trying to hard read him because I don't need to. I'm in a safe position, like an advantageous position. Basically, yeah. Today is a Roy versus Mewtwo day.
He can get huge damage on Roy. Plus, it's kind of difficult for Roy to approach.
Okay, that was really good.
Mewtwo's kind of difficult for Roy
Drop
to
shield
approach.
jab. So that was, and on.
Plus, it's kind
I
of
was trying to set up
difficult
the cross up air, but he ended up being a little bit further back.
Damage on Roy. Plus, it's kind of difficult.
Yeah, he moved in, and I expected him to be around this area, so I could set up the cross up air on his shield or hit him. But he rolled back, which actually turned this into a really unsafe setup for me. Hey, what's up, Blur?
Difficult for Roy to approach. Just Mewtwo standing in
Really
place.
good damage.
Oh, that would have been the stock.
Would that have been the stock?
Standing in place.
Oracle says that it would have been the stock if he landed the side B. I did air dodge here.
Oh, that would have been the stock.
He still gets the
Oh, and
the back throw, but I survived, so I guess the air dodge was the right
You
choice.
get sort of a reset situation when you land with Mewtwo's name.
You can see again
You get sort of a reset
Gibus setting up the deep
situation
offstage. This was really good coverage by him.
No joke. Nice grab. You get.
So he sets up the aerial Shadow Ball, which covers all this space. Makes it so I have to drop straight down rather than going down. Yeah, it is kind of a weird matchup analysis, but it is common in DFW since we have two Mewtwo players. And Gibus plays, all Pokemon under the sun. So he sets up this Shadow Ball to force me to go straight down, and then uses his neutral air to chase super deep offstage and cover all this area.
Set the situation
Which is
when you
pretty hard to dodge. I had the fast roll to get under the Shadow Ball. And this is the situation I'm talking about. If Roy up Bs, I'm just going to get beat out by the Mewtwo neutral air since he's directly above me. There's no way for me to actually beat the Nair itself.
land with Mewtwo's.
So I actually get hit. I think he hits me out of my double
Sort
jump.
of a reset situation when you.
Okay, yeah, I double jumped up into it. Fortunately, it reverse hit me, so it sent me towards the stage rather than away from it.
Nair.
And that was close enough to get the reverse grab. Ah, yes, Luna. I did get the layout you made. I do like it. I'm kind of lazy at the moment, so I'm just going with my old layout. So I'll have
like
to
you can grab or sometimes
mess with setting that
they'll
up.
be able to roll first, but
Hey, you can see here,
so like
again,
you
the
can
double
grab
jab,
or sometimes
even point blank.
They'll be able to roll
Slip
first,
away
but if
before
you
he can
read the
grab
roll,
me.
then you can just chase
It is technically shield grabbable
All right, so
at point blank range.
pretty close to even game.
Since it's
A
just
lot
so
of
fast,
Roy
sometimes it's
stuff
hard to
will
react
start
to.
killing right now. Sethlon might be looking for a jab to up B. But then Mewtwo is going to try to throw him off
Looking
stage.
for ways to get him
and
killed.
Just set up like a zone.
Good
I
jab out of
guess,
shield.
You could say.
It's getting closer to that percent.
Yeah, trying to go for.
Try to throw him off stage and just set up like
I was hoping
a zone.
that he would spot dodge after whiffing, but he rolled
Yes,
it back
you could-
instead.
you
Much
could
safer
say.
option.
It's getting closer to that percentage where I think jab up tilt up smash. I think that's the
Oh,
combo
yeah.
they usually go
I don't
for.
know.
Yeah, so since I noticed that he rolled away rather than spot dodging,
I think
I started
that's,
chasing him down.
that's the
Oh
combo they
yeah.
usually go
I don't
for.
know if that'll work with
Which-
all this rage,
didn't actually
That's
punish
true.
him, but
but
at this point in time, grab is actually a kill move against him.
Really soon.
He
Might-
will
might
die
even
to
kill
up
now,
like a
so.
couple
Ooh,
jabs and up
Settlon,
throw.
she's gonna
That is not intentional.
be
I'll tell you that right now.
grab. Ooh,
Oh yeah, there we go. It was him who had read
He's
the
gonna be trying really hard to not hit.
really good setup. Definitely was looking to bait me into doing this option so he could set up the up smash to punish. What do I think Roy's worst matchups are? I'm not actually sure. I haven't felt too many matchups that are like really bad. I don't like Sheik, but that could very well just be a personal thing. Zero Suit I'm actually okay with. I don't mind the Zero Suit matchup. Roy's approach options are kind of, like he's fast enough and has like if he can get in a position to set up jabs or down tilts, I think those are his best moves to use against a defending opponent. But Roy's not a character that really approaches that well. Like if you space neutral air or forward air on a shield, then it's decently safe. But some characters can drop shield and do stuff. Like cross up landing with aerials is okay. But in general, I feel like Roy's more a character that like has to use his mobility to do more footsies to try and like punish whatever it is he thinks his opponent's going to do, rather than trying to do a safe, aggressive option himself.
Grab. Ooh, nice. Called the jump. Just opened up a rift in the space-time continuum. Right
Trying to
above-
land forward tilt. This forward tilt will kill Mewtwo at this
Oh,
percent,
the forward
as you
tilt.
can see.
Great answer back there from Sethlon. But it kind of goes to show you, whenever Mewtwo's really charging up that Shadow Ball,
I actually
Sethlon
haven't
doesn't
played
have very
any good
many
Meta
options
Knights
because
since
he really
I've gotten
approaches
decent,
it. He doesn't
so
have any
I can't
projectiles of
really
his own
speak
to
on
contest
the,
that option.
Yeah,
So
when Mewtwo's just
on the
standing
Roy
in
versus
place,
Meta Knight
he
matchup.
can sort of react to Sethlon's approaches with down tilt, and then if Sethlon's not approaching, he'll just charge a shadow.
Yeah, you can see again here, I got in the position to set up jabs.
Standing in place, he can sort of react.
Upward swing on double edge dance, usually pretty good if you can set it up, because since it puts opponents above you where they have to land. Assuming they're not one of the few characters that lands really easily, like Sheik, Pikachu, those characters are pretty hard to do anything against in this position. Basically everyone else that I can think of off the top of my head. It's good to put them above you since characters in general have a hard time landing, and you can do stuff like shield to drop shield jab like I've explained in
react to
previous
Sethlon's approaches with
streams.
Down tilt, and then if Sethlon's not approaching, he'll just charge a shadow ball. Because yeah, like you said, with no projectiles, it's kind of hard for Roy to get around that.
great.
Kind of hard for. Like you said, with
Here's the
no
thing I can
projectiles, it's kind of hard.
talk about. One of the reasons why some people have mentioned I always do the upwards version of double edge dance, and this right here is why. Because even on a good clean connection from the first swing, oftentimes the side double edge dance forward, since it swings so low, will completely whiff, even though you got a super clean hit on the first side B. And sometimes you can continue, like if you swing the dance out fast enough, it'll still combo, like it'll still connect afterwards. But this is a pretty big weak spot. of the side double edge dance. Is like he could have landed in between this swing and the next, and then shielded and then punished. He could have possibly jumped away. He could possibly air dodge and just go off stage. Just not a very good look. The upward swing combo's a little bit better. In this situation, might have pushed him a little bit too far off to actually combo, but I think of deity downward for covering the ledge. Do you mean the finishing downward? The stabs finisher?
Roy to get around.
You can see here he does
No
actually.
projectiles. It's kind of hard for.
I guess I catch him in
Roy
his
to
landing
get
line.
around that.
A great little jab there, I think, from Cephalon to go.
Trying to set up a down air there. Didn't really expect it to work, but a
up
fairly
tilt
safe
follow-up
setup.
from Gibus. Cephalon's been doing a lot of.
I really don't like the stabs finisher. It's got a lot of ending lag, so it's fairly punishable on whiff, and on shield it's really punishable. And in general, I don't really like it. It comes out fast, like it's the fastest DD finisher if you're just trying to if you whiffed hitboxes and just need to put something out immediately. But yeah, if it hits opponents, they can actually just hold down and then shield in between the multi stabs, and then they get a huge punish on you. Like they get drop shield F smash for you hitting them, which is a terrible, terrible look. Like you'd never want that to happen. So I almost never use the move. Do you think our Ken combo is viable? Do I think our Ken combo is viable? Not really, no. The forward air to forward air it works really well, but yeah, Roy's down air is pretty difficult to set up in general. Setting it up in a position like that, I would be surprised.
Really great options to make it so that Gibus isn't been able to find as strong of punches as we saw in Stock 1.
Yeah.
Ooh!
Poor Mewtwo, he's so light. So this is what I was talking about with the... I've gone over this in past streams, but I suppose I'll go over it again. From this spacing, you can cover just about every ledge get up option. If they do stand up, you can release early. Release at about mid-speed, which will beat it. Especially if you've charged it, the hitboxes get bigger for neutral B. If they do get up attack, you can release early, which will be active before as their hitbox is active, so it'll beat them. Which is sometimes we'll trade, but generally worth the trade since you want to be doing this at higher percent. And the charge neutral B does just pretty solid damage. And if they roll behind, you can release early and then punish with F tilt, or you can try and release at a mid timing to catch them as they're just rolling past you, because the hitbox is. Let's see if we can get a still of this here sword exploding. See just how big this hitbox is. Frames. Go VLC. There we go. I guess in this situation I'm catching Mewtwo's tail. But as you can see, the hitbox is pretty humongous if you've got any sort of charge on it. This is about halfway charged, I think. Maybe more than halfway. It did a ton of damage. 21 damage? Jesus.
Find as strong of punches as we saw in Stock 1.
Yeah.
Huh. That charges faster than I expected. I'll have to look up the data on how fast that charges. This is the part where... Oh, I didn't drop this in the Roy group. I should have done that. Oh well, I'll have to remember that for next time. Yeah, Mewtwo's super light, and that was very, very high charge under
when you're
that will
the second
definitely
lightest
kill him.
character in this game.
No, that's what happens when you've got that long tail.
Ooh.
So I think Mewtwo's tail, all of his options.
Lit it, and it was like an Acme-esque.
Wow, Dipper kills Mewtwo at 26.
Somewhere, Wile E. Coyote is silently cheering.
So this is a stage that Gibus likes a lot. I actually like this stage as well, but stages in Smash 4 are kind of weird, in my opinion. That from my perspective, since they're all fairly similar, I'm used to Project them, where the stages are all very, very, very variable. Very, very variable.
Yeah, that tail.
Okay, so here I was trying to slip underneath
Yeah, that
I think I was trying to slip underneath neutrally, try and get in. You can see why Gibus does that setup. Pretty safe setup.
Weaknesses, in addition to being super light.
Covers the air, and then he's
So
immediately
this
on the
is
ground,
actually
so he can
Gib's
down tilt
favorite
and stuff.
stage. But
Dude, Swan Lake, let's go. This is my favorite song. Best song in this game.
it's pretty good, man.
I'm jealous
I don't know about best
of Mewtwo's down
No,
tilt.
dude, what's better? Did Mewtwo just wall jump? I'm pretty upset that Mewtwo has a wall jump. Like, why?
because he's the strongest
Did
Pokemon.
Mewtwo have a wall jump?
That's why.
They don't do parkour in the Pokemon universe.
How do you?
So... Hey, what's up, Zaboy Swag?
They don't do parkour in the Pokemon.
Yeah, once you have conditioned your opponent that you like that, So normally what I'm doing in this situation is be setting up the cross-up up air, but since that's what he's trying to defend against, he expects me to be doing the up air. It's actually faster in this situation to just do an empty hop and then land behind him and go for grabs, go for jabs.
I
Yeah,
played
do
all the
parkour in the
games.
Pokemon
I
games.
played all the games.
You
I don't remember the episode where Ash just.
You don't remember?
How did he turn around?
I don't remember. The
Oh, he wall jumped. Okay, that's cute.
episode where
I guess
Ash
that's
just-
one of the reasons
You
why he
remember
likes the
just
stage,
jumping
is he
around the
can use
city,
wall jump
chasing
to
after
set up
Team
back
Rocket?
airs.
Remember that episode where Pikachu was tricking?
I didn't even notice that
No,
honestly. Whenever I was playing.
I don't remember that episode.
That was a great episode, man. You don't know what goes down.
Again, he's tricking me with the run and roll away.
No,
He's ruining my positioning.
I don't remember.
I'm trying to set
that
up the back air
episode.
there.
It's a great episode, man. You don't know what goes down in those.
I guess that's something I need to watch
Dude,
out
everybody's
against this
got
Mewtwo in the future.
a wall jump or something in this game.
That
Why
could
does
potentially
Rosalina
get me
have it?
blown
That
up.
makes me so mad.
That's kind of cute on this stage. You can charge the neutral B behind behind the grass.
So mad. Why does Pac-Man have a
What's up,
wall? He
boys?
just crouches
Boys
down
this?
and walks on his knees. It's dumb.
Delicious forward air on shield. Look at how safe this is. So actually, I get the I'm pulling away as I do the forward air, so it's even safer than usual. And I get the sweet spot, so it does good damage, pushes him away. Pushes him surprisingly far away. I wonder if Mewtwo has less traction than most characters, if he gets pushed further away than... Oh, I'm gonna subconsciously pick up cute as a descriptive now. I like it.
Sometimes you gotta get that crawl, bro.
Whatever. Ooh, that was
Ooh, yeah.
sick. That wall jump into back here to get back on the stage.
It's really smart, especially given
Yeah, I
how
guess
close
yeah,
F1's
Gibus
been
pretty
towards
consistently
ledge.
setting up
It's a
the
great option.
wall jump back air.
It wouldn't be
Consciously,
similar
I
to
noticed that he was setting up back airs. I didn't realize how he was turning himself
Great
around for it.
patience. It's gonna be rewarded nearly with a stock though. That back air is
Whoa.
coming out so fast.
Trying to, so I was trying to bait the air dodge,
Nearly with a
which he
stock.
definitely he
Back
sniffed
air
out.
is coming out so fast. No
Nice
follow.
upbeat.
That up B.
That back air is coming out so fast.
He chased a little bit
The
too deep.
stock though. That back air is coming out so.
If he had, yeah, he went a little bit too hard to try and get the follow up, because from this position, I'm going to be landing. It's going to be really hard for him to get back to the ledge since he has so much forward momentum. The tree's not really safe for him to land on since I'm landing early enough that I could jump up and cover it. So yeah, his only real options here are like go back and land on the stage back here, land on the tree, or go deep. And the tree and going in deep both would have got covered by my up B
No.
if I had landed correctly. I actually landed a little bit further, so if he had gone for the tree in this situation, I wouldn't have covered it. I should have been able to. But yeah, that'll be super good anti-air. We'll also end his stock at his percent, so that's what I was looking for. Do I auto-cancel Nair at all? Does Nair actually auto-cancel? I assume you mean out of a full hop. Out of a short hop it doesn't auto-cancel. It's got really low landing lag. I think it's only... well, here. Let's bust out our handy-dandy Kurogane hammer. Let's see. Where art thou, Roy? I think it just has low landing lag. I don't think it actually auto cancels. Yeah, forward air just barely you can double jump out of, and its first actionable frame is 30, so Nair shouldn't be able to auto cancel. It does have low landing lag though. It only has 13. Yeah, out of full hop, it probably auto cancels. But yeah, 13 is very low landing lag. There aren't too many characters that have less than that, unless you're going to like the top super great characters. Yeah, this is Kurogane Hammer. Kurogane Hammer. If you ever want any frame data for any character in Smash 4, you go to Kurogane Hammer. Yeah, I guess it's kind of clipped at the top of my screen, so you can't see it. But yeah, auto cancel there would be godlike. Roy probably doesn't need that, honestly. If you're still around, Crimson, I don't know if you're lurking in the chat. I haven't been playing much PM lately. I might get back into it eventually. If I do, it probably won't be for the solo Roy. Probably be messing around with other characters. Yeah, the Kurogane Hammer has all the frame data for Cloud already. They had it like day 2. They're kind of nuts. You get to mine that data super fast.
Great uppy.
Yeah, you can.
Oh yeah, if Bear auto cancel.
The Mewtwo side B
Unfortunately, it doesn't.
sometimes, but I don't really know what determines it. But sometimes you can jump out of the forward air, and sometimes you can. Usually, I don't think you can air dodge, but it's a good jump. From
that positioning.
Just clean it.
Right here. This looks hilarious, but it's actually not like a bad game plan. Just like jabbing it down tilt to get people relentlessly whenever they're at the ledge.
There's a chance Sethlon maybe was dying down.
Bad punish on my part to cover the roll behind. But you should be able to cover the roll behind without too much difficulty.
Yeah.
Do watch out for the duck or the dog.
Yeah, I think this stage backfiring on him a little bit right there. Some stages have smaller ceilings that he would be able to get the up throw kill.
Oh, dash attack.
Dash attack's so good.
I
think that up smash would have killed him if it hit though, so it was worth the risk.
With that comes a lot of percent grab here.
Yeah. Kind of Randy up B here. I think I should have known he was going to roll away, since that's the defensive option that Gibus has been choosing like 85% of the time. But yeah, I guess I was just hoping to blow something up. Hoping to blow up the spot dodge, hoping to blow up like aerials out of shield, drop shield stuff. PM net play, in general, lag gets me super salty. Even in a game like Smash 4, that's super simple. I wouldn't be able to do net play PM, I don't think. Yeah, we can do some Smash 4 radio sometime. True sandbag.
With that comes a lot of percent grab here. Is going to go ahead and do it. That's an easy up.
Yeah, that up B will get me killed.
So
definitely deserve to die from that one.
You know, this would not be too shabby.
Oh, I love jabs.
Lucario, you know,
I clipped him out of probably a roll away.
Yeah. Being a character like Mewtwo, again, how light he is really comes into play.
So
look out.
Yeah, you can see here, even if you whiff the neutral B, it's one of the reasons why the neutral B is so good of a setup right here, is because anytime you're not comfortable with like choosing what option you think they're gonna do, you can just release it early and then shield.
Look out.
Like right here, I get a pretty good punish off of it.
That's so tough. You know, and Sethlon was ready that time for that bear. You saw him put up the shield and get the nair afterwards as punishment.
Yeah, there's a really good teleport on stage from Gibus to, he saw Alex, Sethlon was charging.
So this is actually,
Gibus to,
at this point in time, Gibus is pretty far behind. He's at fairly high percent, especially for Mewtwo. I'm at super low. He can, however, kill me off stage. Like setting it, you saw against Blink, like he neutral aired him at like 40% off stage, killed him with forward air, like blast zone KO, not even just an edge guard KO. So I really don't want to go out here. Like this is the place where Roy's going to die. So in this position, oftentimes it's not a great idea to try and just be bullheading your way on stage like this. But since the risk for me going off stage to go to the ledge is me potentially dying, in this situation, I decided to just double jump high, which ended up being a good choice since he did go off stage.
Down tilt.
That up smash kind of getting me in trouble.
But couldn't dash attack through that neutral air because it's a sword.
Gibus is playing so slippery.
Down tilt, so good.
Clipped by.
Again, you can using the brush to conceal my neutral B startup.
Clipped by these down tilts.
That's pretty hilarious.
Off stage here, and need to use that recovery. I'm not sure if that was intentional from Sethlon or
I'm actually surprised I didn't kill him.
No,
might not have gotten the sweet spot.
Either way.
Setting up my side B in the wrong direction will not do the trick.
All right, Sethlon just putting some percent on there. He needs to get him a
So again here, this is the same exact thing that happened before, where he
little. All right, Sethlon
he
just
uses the time to set up. I I think it's pretty funny that mentally I caught on to the fact that he was using back air to get back to the stage, but it never clicked in my mind that he wasn't even facing the right way. That he was using the wall. I didn't. It never occurred to me that Mewtwo has a wall jump. That he was using that to actually set up the back air. There was no part in my mind that cared how he was setting up. I just understood that he was back airing as he was double jumping onto the stage. And so this is like I was saying, the same thing that happened last time. I used the neutral B, whiff it super early,
on there.
shield, and last time I neutral aired him out of shield. This time, however, he's at kill percents for up B. So this is what I was actually hoping for,
A little bit higher. Up B, that's
and that will most definitely kill him.
Sethlon with a solid.
So he got a little bit too predictable with the wall jump back airs. It is a really good setup. It does cover a lot of the stage, but it's not safe if your opponent shields it like that. Do I prefer a single jab or a multi-jab? It depends on the character. I really like Roy's jab. Roy's jab is lots of fun. Yeah, the different characters have different uses for jabs. Like Roy's is sort of like as space control and like a combo setup, whereas like Zero Suit jab just comes out ridiculously fast, so it's good for like direct in the face interactions, since drop shield jab is a frame 8 maneuver, so you'd be punishing a lot of stuff, especially if you've got the dexterity to like drop shield and turn around jab. It makes it so people crossing you up is much less safe than usual. Throws for Roy is highly dependent on what character you're playing against. In general, you want to use forward throw against floaty characters and down throw against fast fallers or heavier characters. On Mewtwo, you can actually get forward throw. There's two that I know of for certain, Luigi and Mewtwo, where forward throw into dash forward neutral air is actually guaranteed, even if they DI away. And if you get forward throw neutral air, then generally you get full hop forward air off of that, which leads into another full hop forward air, which is like 38% total. Huge damage. Yeah, up B out of shield is pretty good, but as you saw earlier, it is super punishable. If they shield it, if it misses, there's all the time in the world for them to decide how they want to end your existence. There's some ways you can do it to, like, if you're near the ledge, you can up B out and then like drop down to grab the ledge to be safe, so you don't have a lot of landing lag. But outside of that, it's high risk, high reward. Yeah, I think it's a frame 11 action, so decently fast. Not super fast. It's not like Zero Suit up B out of shield is like frame 5 or something ridiculous. Super armor is, yeah, as True Sandbag says, you can absorb a hit or hits, multiple hits, and you'd still just keep moving. In this game, it acts kind of weird. Like if you take a hit, you actually take a set amount of damage if you're in super armor. I think it's like 4 or 5%, regardless of what move hit you, and the move keeps going. I haven't played Roy vs. Meta Knight much, so I can't speak on that matchup. Ryu's short use frame 7. Alright, that's pretty fast. Catch my breath for a second. Could be MK favor. I think dealing with MK dash attack would be really annoying. It seems like that would like cut through Roy's movement pretty well. But that's complete theory on my part. Roy could also down throw combo Meta Knight probably. He's fast, falls relatively fast, or maybe I'm thinking of BM. Maybe fourth throw would be better. Don't know. I would have to sit down with a good Meta Knight player for a long time to have any decent talk on that matchup. Okay, so on to game 3 if my computer decides to load my folder.
I mean,
So this is from a week
I
before
understand
that last one.
when
Shockwave
you take away
58.
one of Luigi's best options,
Just 3 or 4 weeks ago.
you can make some arguments.
Mew Squared is our
what
resident
you
Mewtwo
basically
main.
said is
Gibus
Luigi has to think to get
like
out of
dabbles
the
with all the different
everybody
Pokemon. Mew
else.
Squared's
Look like
actually
Mr.
a
Rogers
Mewtwo
with
main.
no sweater.
100% Mewtwo when he goes in tournament.
All right. So what we're going to have right now is Mew Squared versus FX's own Cephalon, Mewtwo versus Roy, two of the characters forgotten in Brawl.
Yeah, you
but
can see
brought back
how
to
good
this
Roy
game
can be if
after
he
Melee.
spaces
Both
safely at the
characters
ledge.
much
He can get,
better in this game
he has
than
a lot of
Roy
ledge
is.
presence. He can get pretty good damage off the
better.
jabs.
Mew Squared's really
Push people
been
out with
taking
down
this
tilts and just
character
reset
to
them.
Great lengths. I love the follow-ups that he's finding, especially off
the
these
jab
tilts.
reset. And
I'm kind of unsafe for
Cephalon,
smash there.
no slouch either. He's known not
Also, yeah, you can see the here.
Cephalon,
I didn't actually. I don't know that I landed any really clean forward throw neutral airs against Gibus. Can't remember.
no slouch
But
either.
yeah,
He's known
even at high percents, at 65, you can get forward throw neutral air. Gibus mostly uses Mewtwo on the Smash ladder. That's interesting. Good to know. Is there any particular reason why I listen to music while playing? Two main reasons. One is that I don't like to hear people talking whenever I'm playing. Like, having commentators within earshot is one of my biggest pet peeves. Like, it will send me on tilt super, super fast whenever people are like, oh, why didn't he do this? That's sort of, this would have been a better option than what he chose that at that point in time, or like, stuff like that will generally frustrate me and get me playing on tilt and playing poorly, and that's a downward slope that'll fall really, really fast. I also like to play music just to kind of get a groove going. Yeah, as Luna was saying, it helps me focus, and it also helps me have fun, and I feel like whenever I'm having fun, I play a lot better.
not for playing Smash Brothers, but for playing Roy specifically.
Oh yeah, our neighbor.
Let's see the up B out of
Playing
shield
Roy
here, which is actually kind of difficult to do backwards, because I don't think it actually has a hitbox down here. Like, the hitbox only starts up here whenever you do it reverse. So it's kind of awkward sometimes using the up B reverse, but it will cover above Roy like that.
Oh yeah, our neighborhood Roy expert.
He has been.
Yeah, the
burned
music I
for
usually
bracket,
listen to is
pun
generally pretty
intended.
like loud, medley stuff.
Definitely. Oh my god.
So he had already done this maneuver a couple times where he full hopped up and then air dodged down to try and get to the stage, and I punished it last time with the reverse up B, but
Been
I'm
burning through
kind of
his
surprised this
bracket,
landed.
pun intended.
So yeah, he timed it. He's timing it so that he can start a neutral air on the way down, which is a pretty good maneuver. But that will get beat out by the launching hitbox of my up smash.
Definitely. Oh my god. The up smash.
Yeah, some people don't like to listen to music because of sound cues. There are also a lot of people that will listen to music that listen to it to help sort of calm their nerves rather than try and pump themselves up like I do. Like, I know I've talked with Zero a little bit about it, and he's saying like he can't listen to music because he just gets too excited and like overhyped, and then things start falling apart. And Denti likes listening to like calmer music. It's like sometimes silly music just to like make himself feel comfortable.
How many times have we seen that?
I mean, that's just a beautiful move with the feet pulling Mewtwo into the hits of the fire.
What kind of music do I listen to? I listen to a pretty
Mewtwo being a very light
decent
character,
variety of
not
stuff. A lot of
especially
like
considering Roy having
more
stronger
rock
kill moves.
actual
Oh.
music, lots of OSTs, like OC
Yeah,
remix,
how do you
video
feel
game
about this matchup overall?
soundtracks,
So
and yeah, I change it depending on what character I'm playing as. I usually try and find music that fits the character and the playstyle I'm going for. Like if I'm playing there have been times of playing against like Aerolink and PM where I know it's going to be a slower paced match where I have to like sit back and block and power shield lots of projectiles. So I'll play like a bit slower beat to try and get that internally. That's going to be a grind fest rather than like me rushing in and just swinging swords.
That's gonna be really.
So here you can see the
But yeah,
forward throw, neutral air, forward air, forward air.
So the way what I'm
A lot of
thinking
damage.
about it is Mewtwo is basically the way I like to think of Mewtwo.
Oh yeah, that's
in
the
this
worst.
game
I
is
always have my
it's
songs
her-
on repeat, so
except for instead of
I
having
generally
a
just
strength
listen to one
style,
song period,
it's a her
like for a
boss.
tournament.
Yeah,
So
I think he's like a poor man's Marth, dude.
yeah.
Just
Well,
so
maybe
that
not
problem
in this
doesn't happen.
game, but you know, he's definitely Marth is a poor man.
Whew.
You know,
Slayer barely
he-
missed. Slow this one down. It's barely outside of range.
Marth
I have playlists too, actually. I just prefer
is
to
a poor
listen to one
man's
song.
Mewtwo in this game. But Mewtwo's tail. But
So, right here, I could have punished the missed dash grab with something. I could have like side beat him, or I could have grabbed him and gotten guaranteed damage. But Mewtwo is really light. So instead, in this situation, I try and go for a bait for the air dodge, for the spot dodge rather. So I just walk up. This is something I've talked about before. If someone ever has their back to you and they whiff something, it's usually a pretty good idea just to walk straight up to them, because they're more often than not, they're going to freak out and try and do something defensively, whether that's spot dodge or roll or just sit and shield. It's very scary to try and just challenge whatever it is your opponent's going to do whenever you whip something and you have the back to them. So just walking up in a position like this also sets up perfectly for Roy to get super, super deep to land the hilt F smash.
tail is a poor man's
And Mewtwo is
Mewtwo.
super light, so if you do land a hilt F smash on him and he's at any reasonable percent at all, he is going to die. So Mewtwo sent a small shadow ball towards you while he was coming up. Let's see
Marth
the
is a poor man's
situation.
Mewtwo in this game. But he's
like a poor man's Marth, dude.
yeah, maybe not in this game, but you know, he's definitely
further back.
Marth is a poor man's Mewtwo in this game. But I like to think of Mewtwo in this game. He's similar to Marth, except for instead of having a disjoint for his tail, it's a hurt box.
Yeah,
So
I think he's like a poor man's Marth, dude.
yeah, maybe not
Okay,
in this
it's
game, but
way further back,
you
so I
know-
won't be able to find it. Not necessarily a bad idea. It depends on the charge of the Shadow Ball. The different Shadow Ball charge sends him different distances. Like full charge will send him much further back than just a non-charged Shadow Ball. And it depends on what he's looking to do. If he's close enough where he can double jump and shoot the Shadow Ball and it's just an uncharged one, he can probably set up spacing so that he can teleport to the ledge immediately afterwards. So he's not going to be able to get on stage with that sort of maneuver, safely anyways. But that's okay, in my opinion. Like, going to the ledge is not a bad idea. It's oftentimes a safer position to work from than trying to actually bully in to the stage itself from coming off stage. Like, the ledge is a safe place. It's good. Almost always. Mewtwo might have some difficulty actually getting up from the ledge since his double jump is a little bad. And it's fairly easy to, like, out-prioritize him if he's coming down from above. But yeah.
he's definitely basically. So
So game one, I wasn't in the lead. Well, I had a fairly solid lead.
but
Not by too much. Honestly, like 50% on an extra stocks. Like, it's definitely, he definitely could have came back from this. Did I call you Love Good again, Luna? Luna Lockhart. Is that a reference to something? I know Lockhart is Tifa's last name. I don't know if that's the reference.
tail is a poor man's disjoint.
So you'll have to yell at me anytime I do that.
So
And that was a poor man's stock, man.
you can't sword fight somebody
Okay.
with your tail. It just doesn't work out. You're light. You die
Well,
super
they actually have-
early.
This is kind of cool. The T-Lock has a replay functionality now.
Roy, he wants to
So I guess there is another Lockhart in Harry Potter, isn't there?
combo you, and he will kill you.
If we
Is
saw the
that-
Roy ditto,
It's the one goofball.
Oh no!
do it! I almost went full shot.
So he's not actually doing playing or it with me.
In my soul.
So I was hoping to. So a lot of Mewtwo's just like let the Shadow Ball rip right off the bat as soon as go happens, just so they can control center stage. I was hoping to walk forward and power shield that, but he didn't actually throw the Shadow Ball, so it got kind of
Square
awkward.
running it back. That was way too quick of a game for him to say.
Nice Tifa reference.
You know, for him to get any data about it. You know.
He's trying to figure out what he needs to do, right? Sethlon, I
That's something I should watch out for.
You know, for him to get any.
After he whips the down tilt, goes for the dash attack just to cover. So the down tilt covers like all the space in front of him, and since I didn't go into that space, and I'm back here, he wants to cover all this space right afterwards, which is what dash attack does. So I should be careful of that positioning and be ready to shield. He says his dash attack is punishable if you shield it.
You know, he's trying to figure out what he needs to do, right? Cephalon, I think
That's why you
has
tell people to call
nice
him non.
answers to a
Yeah.
lot of Mew2's starting options. He goes for nairs pretty often when it comes to pushing people into the corner, and that kind of
Yep.
negates the.
So now he's got a fully charged Shadow Ball. I'm kind of scared of that, so
Yeah,
start
and not
switching to
only
the
that, though, but I did see
full hop air
Cephalon
dodge
going for a couple, at least one
approach.
really good empty jump land into the grabs.
Would I ever consider reviewing viewer replays? That's actually something I am considering. Come January 7th is actually when I'm leaving my position at retail, and I'm going to have a lot more free time afterwards. So I'm probably going to be setting that up somehow.
So he's not just
That would be something I would enjoy doing.
Because Mew2 knows, oh, if he's just going to throw out this nair, it's not safe.
Just gotta
on
find the
shield,
free
I
time
can
for it.
grab Well, Cephalon will.
Yeah, there isn't really dash dancing in this game. Dashing is much more restricted. You can do like foxtrot style dash dancing. You may have seen like me or Blink do.
This is looking like a complete 180 of that last game, isn't it? Mew2 pretty pristine.
Mew2 going off stage super deep. He's gotten a lot of damage on me at this point. This is actually
stage advantage. Cephalon's 112, but Cephalon has that stage.
yeah. The side B. Some people ask me why they do that. Why I do this. The side B is a good way to stall out your momentum and set up back airs off stage. I think I may have actually gone over this in the past stream. But it's a good way to set up like air dodge bait. It's a good way to set up like double jump back airs. It's fairly good in general. It's also a little bit different height than just short hopping or just full hopping, since the double edge dance stalls out your momentum. It's a little bit different, different positioning. Any tips for your first tourney? Just do your best, go in there. I think the tourney nerves will be something that you will have to deal with. Like it's something everyone has to get over at some point in time. How bad it affects you depends on each person, but my advice would just be to go in and see what it is you need to work on, see what it is that you're doing well, see what it is that people are punishing you for, and try to adjust accordingly. Yeah, there is no edge hugging in Smash 4. The way that it works is, so if two people can be grabbing the ledge at the same time, but if you're ever not invulnerable, whenever you're holding the ledge, and there is an opponent who isn't vulnerable, then it pops you off. And there's some vulnerability in that pop-off. Like that was actually, whenever we first discovered this, I was using that to intentionally grab the ledge and then back air people. But if you buffer any ledge option except for just ledge get up, however, that option will go through even if someone is grabbing the ledge. So there's some ways to use it as like conditioning your opponents and like tricking them into doing certain ledge options. Like you can run off, if they're holding onto the ledge, you can run off stage and fall off and double jump on to try and punish like their buffered roll or buffered jump, etc. But yeah, it's more of a tricky part of edge guarding rather than like this is something you should always be doing.
Cephalon has that stage advantage. He has that back air as well. He tried to get the down air, but was
I'm
just
hoping to get the
too late.
I mean, in this
2-frame
matchup,
down
you
air.
really want to see
I'm not
Mewtwo
actually
being
sure
more
where
of the-
Mewtwo
being
is
more of the
vulnerable in
counter
its
hit,
2
like
frames.
boxing you out
Ugh.
type. Mewtwo
So you
being
can
more of
see the
counter hit, like,
foxtrot a little bit there, which is actually a terrible idea in this situation because he
stand back,
gives me a
throw
face
those
full of Shadow Ball
projectiles,
for my trouble.
and really punishing approaches more than anything, because if you approach, you're going to be eating disjoints. Meanwhile, it's super effective.
Yeah,
for
so you can
Mewtwo,
see
actually.
again him using this is
Meanwhile,
like
it's-
the Mewtwo go-to get up onto stage option, I guess, just rising with the back air. So if you're ever playing a Mewtwo, if any of you guys out there are ever playing Mewtwo, watch
It's
out for
super
that.
effective for Mewtwo, actually, because
I don't know
he doesn't
how
have to- he can
like
sit back and
prevalent
grab it, so
Mewtwo
yeah,
is
100%
outside of
kill.
DFW.
Whereas
As far as I
Roy
understand, he's a relatively
consistently has to be on the aggressive, because his defensive options
pretty
against
rare
Mewtwo
character.
stuff
since he's
isn't
like
as good,
meh.
'cause Mewtwo can just hurl projectiles.
Yeah, but then again, Mewtwo as an aggressor, I don't think he has necessarily the best approach options, right?
Yeah, maybe
Yes,
not the approach,
Neo's
but once he gets
foxtrot
one
pivot
hit
down tilts are
started,
beautiful.
Oh yeah.
carry it. Once he gets one,
I've talked about this setup before. The run up. I almost feel like I've reviewed this game. I hope I haven't. I would feel really silly if
one hit,
so the run up shield to bait the air dodge.
yeah, maybe not the approach. but
Even
once
if he did
gets
jump here, it would be a pretty good position because he'd have to he'd be up here somewhere, and that would give me plenty of time to move underneath him to set up airs, to set up neutral airs, set up another potential shield. But since he did air dodge here, it's fairly easy to react to that.
Hit started.
With an upbeat to punish.
Especially a Mewtwo like Mew squared. Mew squared, however, is going to be losing that stock. The stock's currently tied with Mew squared racking up a lot of damage and extra credit. Almost found that follow-up fair as well.
Ooh. It's delicious. Look at this
as
damage.
well.
So much
the
damage.
Fairs are actually coming out of Cephalon right now, getting 2 of them and continuing.
Oh, I forgot about this.
His edge
This sucks. So I took a ton of momentum right here.
right
Did a
now,
ton of
getting
damage.
2 of them.
And so I clipped him with the
Fairs
jab.
are actually coming out of Cephalon right now, getting
The jab pushed him off stage. What he tried to do is up B to the ledge to snap to it really quick, but he was still within the 50 frame window where he had taken damage, so the game doesn't let him grab the ledge. So whenever he up Bs, he kind of pops up, and I guess whenever Mewtwo pops up like
2
that,
of them and
he gets some weird backwards momentum. It's kind of awkward, which unfortunately
Continuing
will
his
be the end of
edge.
his stock. So if he could have very easily survived that if he had just if he could have double jump neutral aired, but probably would have got beat out by my neutral air or something else. But if he had just waited and then up beat down from lower, he would have been okay. I really do feel like I reviewed this game. I hope I'm not double reviewing certain games. Although this would make sense in the aspect of analyzing the games against Mewtwo. I'm gonna go back. I have to check that. It's gonna bug me forever.
bouncing off the edge right there. What a heart.
So the second game was really good. Yeah, if it weren't for that unfortunate ST on his part, it would have been a pretty close game. Is Roy's lagless get up worth learning? I cannot make that happen. I could get it to work on Lilat, but other stages I couldn't get it to work at all. Yeah, if you can actually get it to work, then yes, it would be amazing to be able to do. But let me know if you can, because I can't. Yeah, the timing is extremely strict.
Breaker.
Yeah, I sat down and practiced it for an hour or so. Was not impressed with the the ratio of being able to land it. Yeah, I could get it to work on Lilat. Whenever I forget the video, it mentions that it's easier to do whenever the wings are tilting. I could get it to work whenever the wings are tilting, but never any other time. Not even with any other characters either. Alright, so I'm going to stop the recording at least. That does conclude today's analysis of Roy versus Mewtwo. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for coming around. I need to remember to advertise to more than just my Twitter. Forgot to post, because we have the Roy dude. I forget what it is. Discord? Yeah, it was Roy Discord. I should have. I probably should have dropped the link in there too. And I guess on Facebook as well. I don't think you need to be added. I think you can just join. Bam. Here, let me see if you can link you. Do I plan on doing more of these themed analyses? Probably. This one, I'll probably be looking for certain things to focus on for certain analyses. Analyses? I don't know what the the plural of analysis is. I can't get a permanent invite though. I don't think you need an invite to join it. I'm pretty sure you just join. Isn't that how it works? I thought you just joined the server. Yeah, let me mess with this. Let's see. Yeah, no problem, Luna. You too. Have a good New Year's Eve. Is it? It's getting there, isn't it? Not quite New Year's Eve yet, but have a good New Year's. See you next year. Yeah, no problem, Salops. I am here to answer any and all questions. Hmm. Yeah, I guess message me whenever you figure out if you do need an actual invite to the Roy Discord. As far as I could tell, you should be able to just enter it. Yes, I will definitely be posting this on YouTube. That's just going to be standard. Is just for me putting up any of my analysis vids up on YouTube, because I know there are lots of people that would probably like to see them that can't be around or miss notification. Since I know I haven't gotten the schedule down to pat yet. My sleep schedule is a pain since I work overnights. Trying to find a good time to do it consistently whenever other people are awake and I'm also awake. It's challenging. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and drop out of the stream now. Sometimes you have to sleep for 17 unhealthy hours. Yes, I have definitely done that before. That is something I will do. I can usually go a couple of days with like almost no sleep. Like it's kind of a running joke that I don't get any sleep at all the night before a tournament. The very first Brawl tournament I ever won, I won on like 3 hours of sleep. But yeah, if I do it too many days in a row, I have to make up for it by sleeping entire days afterwards. But yeah, again, thanks for coming out, guys. Always fun. Follow me on YouTube if you want to see the subscribe on YouTube rather. If you'd like to see these vids, I will definitely be putting anything I do up on there, along with some. I've been playing online a little bit. I haven't been streaming it too much, but probably going to be doing some fun stuff with that. Yeah, and you know, naturally Twitter. I post on my Twitter whenever I'm about to go live or whatever I'm thinking of. If you ever want to ask me any questions whenever I'm not actually online on Twitch, I usually get around to answering most stuff eventually on Twitter. But until next time, I'll probably be streaming again on Sunday. We'll see if I can actually make that happen. I was supposed to do it this last Sunday as well, but ended up sleeping that entire day. So we'll hopefully see you guys then. But until then.